Do you want a Vizzy?
It always catches me every week. It catches me by surprise every time we do this.
You think we wouldn't be?
I know. You put me up on this, Patricia, my headset here, and there, cock balls cock, cock on the balls. Still, check. You can hear me though, right, Amanda?
Yes.
Yeah, I sound better now. That's cool. Oh, welcome. So as the rotor turns. And what episode are we up to, Patricia? You know?
This would be episode 49.
49 here from the Johnny's filling station. Beautiful.
20 more to 69.
Yeah. That's going to be a big show. There's going to be a big show on here. So, and then, like we always got to start off with a disclaimer. And it is, remember that as the rotor turned is my opinion, Carlos. Not the opinion of the Rescue Company One or anybody that hires the Rescue Company One. The most handsome and glorious Jewish person from New Jersey, Dr. Ben Abel. And remember, like, as you listen to stuff we say, practice your own local protocols and don't say that Carlos and Dr. Abel told you to do it. Don't be a dumbass. And, anything we say can and may offend you. Well, you should have shut this shit off right at the disclaimer. Hey, baby.
Hi.
This is not the opinion of Trish either. So.
Nope.
And then we got Patricio behind the screen.
Hello.
Twos. We got Birthday Buddy.
Hi.
Hello. Birthday Buddy started smoking Marlboro Reds this week. So
it was just a matter of time. My dad smoked those my entire life.
Yeah, so it was coming. And then we got two special guests. We got Ms. Maureen and Mrs. Chuck here.
What's up?
Hello.
Yeah, they're awesome people. They live across the street from us.
Yep.
We both have very interesting neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hilarious. And, they're here to visit, go talk about some really cool stuff, but let's do our usual things that we should be doing all the time. And, baby.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell these people?
I want to tell them that we have a community paramedicine class coming up in January and a air medical class coming up in January.
So, I looked up this thing on the community paramedic class. So we're going to be doing it, the NAEMT, National Association of EMT community paramedic class.
Yep.
And also using the curriculum and the stuff put out by the Board of Specialty. My Adderall's running out, so the BCN, the
International Board of Specialty Care
certifications.
Yeah. That's
International
right.
Board of Specialty.
We'll get it eventually.
Between the both of you, it'll come out.
Hey, man, he's going. They're gonna kill me.
Dave, you can call in.
Yeah, Dave's gonna be pissed off. And then we're gonna do the board exam. And in the state of Florida, right now, there's only two. In the whole state, there's only two
that are
community paramedic certified.
Community paramedicine.
And this is the future. Like with the COVID and everything. This is the future. Like we're gonna be preventing people from coming readmissions. You're preventing these things that
people coming into the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a home visit.
Yeah, absolutely. The Palm Beach County, they use them for the narcotic overdoses. So they're going out there, they're starting Suboxone on some of these people. It's amazing. So it's a good class. It's going to be a small class because between our guys and already some of the people signed up, they are going to be, I think only like 5 spots. So if you haven't signed up yet, you need to come up and sign up for that. Also, for the air medical class, we only have like six spots to play with in January because the Echo Future Flight Crew people are coming. That's 11 of them.
Yeah.
So we only got like 6 spots to play with on that, and we already have a few people signed up. And you just remember, we try to keep classes small. We don't, keep people safe and, plenty of room between, and everybody gets more reps and stuff like that. So, last week we started telling a lady, she asked about what is included in their medical class. Mm-hmm. So what would be included in there? What's day number 1?
Day number 1 is difficult, the Ron Wall difficult airway class.
Yep. Day 1 and 2. Yep.
We do a cadaver lab.
Absolutely.
And then day 2 is more difficult airway.
Yeah, and we kind of get into the cardiac
stuff.
Yeah, that day. It's a long
and
way
we
today.
may have, if we can get somebody to come help us out with the.
Oh, we'll be doing the heart dissection.
Yep.
So we'll do the heart dissection the second day.
Yep.
So, and one of the cool things we talked about, we're going to be using our cadaver the second day on another special project that we'll talk about. So that'll be cool. So we'll get multiple uses out of that.
That'll be awesome.
And then day 3, we're doing
TNCC and
PHTLS. We kind of started trauma days. No, actually, yeah.
Yep, day 3, Wednesday and Thursday.
Yep, and then more advanced medical transport concepts and stuff on the other days, safety, survival, and and that's Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie's butt's here, everybody.
I like the blue.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I ran to all of my other ones. This is what I had in my gym bag.
You should have
Should have
kept.
left the hole.
You should have left the holy pants.
Well, one turned into 3, so
Yeah.
pushing it.
I don't think we'd be complaining. So, so that's cool. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And so, baby, you got a word for us today?
Yes, it is air blader. Anyone want to take a guess what Urban Dictionary says that air blader is?
So just confirm it's
Blader?
air blade, B-L-A-D-E-R, right?
Correct.
What you thinking, birthday buddy?
I don't know.
I mean, you gotta have some idea.
In my mind, I'm envisioning something like spinning around,
Like a
but-
rotor.
but not like that. Like, I don't know.
It's from
Somebody
a-
spinning around on somebody else.
It's from Urban Dictionary.
Right.
So, it's gonna
So
be
I'm
awesome.
picturing people involved in body parts, not helicopters and airplanes.
Well, you may be correct. You want to
Maybe
guess?
spinning cock.
Kid,
Nope.
No, I'm just.
pissing out the window while you're driving down the highway. Okay.
How did you come up
Ew,
with that?
why-
Like, I don't
Using
even
a drone to spy on your neighbors?
No. Do you have a drone?
I think
You
Chuck,
don't know?
I think Chuck knows what it is, though.
No, I have an idea, but I'm
What
not
is it?
sure.
What's
So
it-
guess.
Okay, so remember like in Back in the Future? Back to the Future? Say Michael J. Fox, he was a rollerblader, and he wasn't. Airblade. Boom, boom. Come on.
I don't know. It's pretty wrong. I figuring. So it's like
At the skate park, we call them fruit booters.
fruit booters. Oh, we used to have a fruit booter on the podcast. He was an avid fruit booter.
Habitual for booter.
We're not allowed to mention his name anymore. So, but they know who it is. Oh man, what is it, baby?
So it's someone whose only form of physical activity is drying their hands in a Dyson air dryer.
Oh man, I thought it was gonna be very nasty.
I did too.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in that.
Oh man, this
That
is
was
like,
kind of a letdown.
that gets
Sorry
a,
about that.
That gets a 2. That's a 2.
Yeah.
I like mine better.
I didn't write it. I was just reading it.
So, every week we're going to try to have, a good word, not a bad one like Trisha's picked, but we're going to try to have a good word. And then,
I mean, it kind of fits because we're talking about physical activity today.
Oh.
oh, okay, I get it.
But is drying your
phys-
hands in a
Not
Dyson
really.
dryer a physical activity?
If you don't do anything else, then yeah.
So far,
But how
That-
does that
some-
really constitute as your only physical activity? You had to walk to get there.
You'd burn more calories masturbating.
Right.
Probably.
yeah, absolutely.
I
At
don't
least
know.
with the
So, hey, Patricio, so I've been thinking of these things that I want to ask you all the time.
Okay.
But before I get into that, did anything interesting happen to you this week?
Oh my God, dude! I went to EDC this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Me too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What was your favorite set?
Well, I went on Saturday and I just traveled around, and I don't know, I just stayed at the main stage most of the time, but because I kept hearing the same songs as I was traveling around and around. So
Yeah,
That's why I didn't go.
Bedbugs must have played like at least 5 or 6 times
Yeah.
throughout the whole weekend.
Oh.
But my favorite set was Saturday night when we were at Tiesto at the main stage.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
And
yes.
my knees started to hurt, so I bent down and I got something out of my pocket, and my girlfriend was right in front of me, and I proposed
Oh, this motherfucker.
during at EDC during Tiesto's set, and I actually emailed his production his promoter to find out when one of his songs was going to play, and I'm like, look, I'm not asking for a specific time, but I just need a window, so you can say like 5-10 minute window between this time and this time, and I'll be ready. And they actually responded back and they told me when the song was going to play. So right before EDC, got my girlfriend, well now fiance, into
Yeah, you better get that shit right.
Right.
got her listening into EDM, and now she's hooked on it. That's all she listens to, and she really got into the song. Let's get down to biz. Yeah.
I have that on my phone right now. I recorded it while he was playing that.
Oh shoot.
I might have to send it to you because it'll be a little memento of your.
You may have missed the big event. Like, let me say something.
Go for it.
Obviously, we knew that this was gonna happen. on
Yeah, we
Saturday.
talked.
Yeah.
We talked about it off mic last week.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, I watched the video. You made me get on Facebook to watch the video, but I don't ever do that shit. So like, I would have thought it was gonna be a bigger event. Like I expected.
What do you mean a bigger event?
There were 100,000 people there.
No, like
No,
your
like,
part.
It was so anticlimactic.
Right, you talked that up so much.
I'm like, and almost what we need to put out a vote, see if people will vote, and see like if we're gonna make you like replay it, like we're gonna reenact it.
My favorite part was she was like, okay.
Well, he was the thing.
I would have said just okay too. Like I was expecting,
Okay.
I was expecting,
Jumbotron.
I was expecting fucking shit to pop out of places.
Right.
It caught her off guard.
And a guy in a bear suit, something.
Well, I was the bear suit
Yeah,
earlier
yeah,
throughout
I saw
throughout
that
the day.
shit.
Yeah, I was wearing a bear mask, handing out beads to people throughout the whole day.
Oh, I missed that.
And
Maureen's like, that was you?
no, I got messages today because I put it on the EDC group chat
Yeah.
where I'm like, did anybody see this bear handing out beads? And I'm like, everyone was like, holy shit, that was fucking you. I'm like, I was having fun. I was having a lot of fun that day.
Yeah.
But they remember you more for the bear.
Yes, they remember me more for the bear than they do
Yeah,
actual
absolutely.
me. And the worst part about it was controlling 3 grown adults, trying to keep them in line around me.
Ask
during
Carlos about that.
It's impossible.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this. Like you obviously have never had to control Trish and Handsome Andy drinking, where everybody in the place wants to fuck both of them. That shit is fucking crazy.
And you have to watch both of them at all
At
times.
the same time, and then you throw in a topper with Devin. You throw a Devin
Yeah.
topper on that. 3 people everybody wants to fuck, including me. I'm trying to fuck people too in there. And then like you just can't control these two. Like it's ridiculous.
And
like
they
herding cats.
disappear.
No, and
Yeah.
it was crazy because I honest to God had a melting pot of people because I had the loud black guy, the loud gay guy, and the stoned out of his mind white dude. Because he was wearing the.
That's the way they usually come, though.
he was wearing
Yeah.
the dark brown sunglasses where like they just cover half
man.
his face. And dude, like he was just like a robot. He was just standing still the whole time because it was just too much for him. He was just beyond absorbing what was going on. And then I popped the question. I fucked it up because I was shaking. If you saw the
Okay.
video.
Hey, it was pretty like we all knew it was coming, and they watching the video, and then you're just doing this weird dance, and then just to let you know, next week we're reenacting this. Not next week. Oh, did you send out a text about next week? We'll talk about that out the air. However,
I
next
did not send out a text.
the next show we're gonna like.
We were going to vote.
Pretty sure I'm putting a wig on Jason, and you're reenacting this thing. But he's here.
Well, no,
Can we
I'll-
put him in that outfit too?
I'm
Yes.
putting it up
Yes.
for Maureen to see.
I want to see it.
And
Yeah. You can put it on the thing. Put it on the main
I'll
feed
put it
there.
up. I'll put it up on the thing.
Yeah.
Put it up on the thing.
It's
Put it on.
probably not quite as anticlimactic to everybody else, but you had talked it up so much
Oh
to
man,
us,
I was like,
and it was
All
like
of a
this
sudden
big
you're on one knee.
production.
I was like, I thought he was getting a ram to bring in the ring. Where's the ram? There's no ram.
I was at least expecting some form of a Megatron.
We got poor Wi-Fi connection, so like I'll put
yeah,
the video up on the page.
Yeah.
But people were just freaking out right there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Like we're in a sea of like 60,000 people, and in that little circle, next thing you know, like you could hear like he's proposing. And yeah, we went out to the Ferris wheel. We were ready. We started posting it all on social media.
That's cool.
Yeah, Sunday morning we just like her dad found out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Her dad
Did you
found
talk to
out.
her dad first?
Hold on a second, motherfucker.
Oh,
man.
party
Is
failed.
that a thing?
Oh man,
That's what I
yeah.
think.
I talked to Trish's dad before I was gonna propose to Trish. He's like, "Well, I'm glad." Basically, Trish's dad said, "Yeah, I'm tired of you getting free milk." Yeah. So yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. Like, man, you didn't ask her dad?
I didn't ask the dad.
Oh, he's a German dude, ain't he?
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah.
He's a small, angry German dude. That,
Oh yeah.
You're a dead
Pissed
man.
off we lost the war.
She gets a text message as we're on our way back to EDC Sunday.
Oh, no.
And she's like, "Oh shit, my dad found out. Oh shit, my dad wants to know about you. Oh shit, my dad wants to talk to you."
Wants to know about you.
Yeah.
You ever met her dad?
This
I've
is
never,
awesome.
because he lives in Germany.
Oh.
Oh.
So I don't know him. All I know is that he likes space. That's all I know about him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only information that she's let off to me. But
Oh man.
we'll see what happens.
This
when-
is great.
when it comes to the wedding.
We will.
I can't
Let's-
wait.
I want to put a pin on this, and we're coming back. So
We better be invited.
Yeah, so-
I gotta see
But I will
this.
say the best, the second to best part about that whole weekend.
Yeah.
Mind you, 3 days of EDC. So drinking, smoking, having a great time. And
Allegedly.
Sunday,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Sunday at 7 o'clock, I left EDC to go to the Amway Arena to see James Taylor.
Oh my
man,
God,
so
what
you
a
went
low, like a slow
Stream.
come down.
Yeah, right to it, man.
But I went in full EDC gear to the Amway, and all these I was honest to God probably the youngest person at this arena, and
Yes.
people were just looking at me. They're like, "Are you coming from that music festival down the road?" I'm like, yes, I am. And mind you, I'm still jamming. I see this crowd, and I'm kind of like, I'm just going with it. I'm like, yo, fucking fire and rain.
James Taylor's like, can we get the large bear removed? Brother, that's really crazy.
Like, dude, I could have sworn it was Jimmy Buffett.
So, dude, listen, I've been writing these 2 days ago. I said, I'm going to start writing these random thoughts, which is shit that I'm going to ask you on the podcast.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to try to pick one every week. I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
All right, so here's number one.
I
All right,
feel
number
like
one.
before we do that, can we have
Oh,
this?
yes. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Starting to separate.
Yeah,
I
this is,
know, right?
Yeah, to Maureen
I'm
and
not
Chuck.
going to drink it,
It's
but
been-
cheers.
I'll-
yeah.
I'll have yours.
Okay, go cheers.
Trisha's good at that.
That's so delicious. I dribble a little bit around my chin.
Let's
She's
pass
good
that
at
over
keeping
to-
track of it too.
Let's pass that over
Most
to
of
the
the time.
penalty box.
Most of the time, me too.
So, here's your random thought.
Random thought.
All right, man. So, if you had to be, like, absolutely pick one of these and be one of them, what My Little Pony would you be?
Oh, I
yes.
didn't do this.
Oh shit.
I know which one he should be.
No, which one would you be?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I know of the culture, I know of the bronies. I have zero information about the My Little Ponies, but I think I'd go with the blue one.
You know, it's just the
I think
fact.
that's Rainbow Dash, right?
Yeah.
Rainbow
Yeah,
Dash.
Rainbow Dash. That's
It's-
totally what I would have picked for you.
It's great because I knew you were going to pick one. You know, like,
Even if you didn't know him, he was going to pick one.
now I know this. Like, if I ask Chuck the same question, Chuck's going to go, I'll take the bullet. That's what Chuck would say.
I was going to say there's more than one.
Oh, man, I love you.
I'll take the plaid one.
I can. I love you.
All right, so I'll take Rainbow Dash
All right,
as my,
yeah.
my Little Pony.
So,
So which one would I be?
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know any
Which
of My
one?
Little Ponies. This is my
Twilight
point.
Sparkle. She has pink and purple hair.
Oh, I like that one.
Pinkie Pie.
No,
I really actually think you should be
Really?
Rainbow Dash.
I don't know their names.
no.
What?
I
Really?
like Princess Celestia.
Are they like
She's-
Pokemon? Do they have special powers or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, man.
Apple
the point
Jack.
is, you should have known this as a dude.
I
So
don't.
is-
I'm sorry. I don't know
Oh, man.
the ponies.
Zoe's favorite used to be Fluttershy.
We need to find a brony to come on the show.
I can get you a brony.
Do you know a
I
brony?
course
know
you
I know a
can.
brony and I know a furry.
Oh,
Well, let's have both.
let's have them both.
Who says they're not the
Oh,
same
you don't
person?
know what a brony is? Oh man,
What is a brony?
these are grown men that are obsessed with My Little Pony, and these are thousands.
And children.
Yes,
Probably.
well, I don't know. I mean, we don't want to point our fingers at the brony community because these people
Sorry.
number in the thousands.
I'm just
But
asking,
yes,
I'm just asking questions.
yeah.
They're not going off starting a cult.
Yeah, they're like, it's massive. They have like these conferences all over the U.S. and shit. It's crazy. But if you masturbate to the My Little Pony, they call them cloppers. There's a whole thing, with it.
There are
It's
just some
ridiculous.
worlds I don't want to know about.
Oh man, we're learning
Oh,
about
well,
all
let's talk
of
about
us.
furries then.
Yeah. So,
The
yeah.
internet is a dark, dark.
Oh man, it goes a lot of places. So listen, today we did a Facebook Live from the EMLRC.
We did.
And we started showing some of the stuff. I was gonna say exposing some of the stuff. So
We did.
Yeah. So we have an actual certified museum
Yeah.
from the EMS
National Museum.
EMS Museum Association, and everything's like certified and numbered and where it came from, where it was donated. So it was pretty cool. And we started doing like a from the past to like what the future of some of these things are, right? However, at the EMLRC this week, we've had the last couple weeks, we've had some cool shit that happened, right, baby?
Yeah.
So we have Miss Melissa. She told me how to pronounce
Cahey.
Cahey. So
Jamie just rubbed her boob on my head and just
Ooh.
thrown that out
that's
there.
lucky.
So jealous.
I'll take some boob. So Melissa
Melissa Cahey.
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 Cahey. She told me too how to
She
pronounce
did
it.
tell you. And
She
she's
is the
laughing at you right
new
now.
director.
Oh, she,
She's the new director. out there.
Officially?
Yeah. She's
Interim, yeah.
but
Okay.
she should be the official.
She's gonna
director.
kick some ass. Wait
Yeah.
a
She is badass. And
interim is just like the footstep into the
hey
person.
man, congratulations to her.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They got a good one. The
Yeah.
association got a good one there, and like this lady's been working like
Her ass off.
her ass off the last few weeks. All them ladies are up there. You know,
Yeah.
that's the cool shit. Is that you got this association of doctors, right? These are like it's two doctor associations are ran through there.
Yeah.
And a non-for-profit, and is run by like 4 women. Like these women are working around the clock, like running the magazine, doing all this stuff, and it's unbelievable. So that that people don't know that what like 10 people should be doing is done by 4 women.
Yeah.
These women work their asses off there, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and congratulations to Melissa. So we are
Congrats,
looking forward.
Melissa.
Yes, congratulations.
I know we got dates to
Cry
come.
face, monkey face, monkey face, monkey face.
Yeah.
No, see no evil, hear no
Yeah,
evil,
yeah.
speak no evil.
So what's cool is what's a monkey face? What's it mean?
She put monkey faces on there. It was
Oh, cool.
see no evil.
Hear no
You
evil,
know-
speak no evil.
We
That-
love being your partner too, Melissa.
Yeah, ClinkCon this year is gonna be awesome.
It is
Just
gonna be
wait
awesome.
to see what some of these announcements come up and everything. So we're gonna be bringing out some good shit and
Yeah, man.
I've said this before
Yeah,
on the
man.
podcast. Like, ClinCon is, and man, I get goosebumps.
Wait, what is it called?
ClinCon.
ClinCon.
Oh.
So it's a clinical conference
Sorry.
that was all for EMS people, and this was the biggest conference in the United States. It was the only one of that for years. Why is he laughing about
I
it?
get it. I do. I know.
What did he say?
Oh,
I totally missed it.
ClitCon.
Sorry. I had a little Pine Hills pronunciation to it. I'm not sorry about that. So, but this shit was the biggest conference in the U.S., man. Like,
It's a very sensitive conference.
yes, it is. And it was the first medical EMS
There are so many
competition.
EMS guys there.
There is a lot of EMS guys there.
I know.
So this year we're gonna kick some ass on it and pay attention to some dates because you guys are degenerates, and we can't do anything right. Yeah,
What?
not you.
Okay.
2 minutes.
No,
Start
I
beginning of the show.
did
You got 2
nothing.
minutes.
I did nothing.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. you-
Patricio started it.
Well,
He did.
I can't put him in the penalty box. You see, when if I fuck up as a goalie on the ice, I don't get put in the penalty box. Somebody goes in it for me. So Patricia fucked up, so you get 2 minutes.
What? I don't find that fair at all.
Well, that's the way it works. Sorry. And yeah. So, anyways, we did this video earlier today, and it was about the pneumatic anti-shock garments and what they were used for, and then like how that translated into the air splints, right?
Yep.
So we wanted to bring in like what complication would you have with an air splint? Let's say in the air medical environment at altitude.
I hate air laws.
Well,
I'm just telling you.
yeah. I
Yep.
can't ask Jason because he isn't here.
He's not.
Yes.
He can comment in.
Was he watching?
I don't know.
Eric expands when it goes up, right?
Into the microphone.
Absolutely.
Air expands when it goes up.
Yes, baby.
So what was your question?
So the reality is, so obviously, what's the biggest complication you can have with an airplane at altitude?
Oh, it would cut off circulation.
So what would the biggest complication be?
Not having circulation.
Blood pressure?
No.
No.
Blood clots.
So you wouldn't. So like you could you could lose a limb
Due to
if it was long enough.
compartment
syndrome.
syndrome. Yes, absolutely.
I'm-
So I picked this one specifically because that's a test question. So they'll have everything you would want in there. And,
So like a tourniquet will cause compartment syndrome.
well, at altitudes, a tourniquet built on air. Is it an air thing?
Uh huh.
No. Now, the air splint could cause it, right? The air splint at sea level, right, is not causing you to have a compartment syndrome.
Right.
Right?
But if it goes.
so if you go up to altitude, the atmospheric pressure attached to it is less, right? So that air is allowed
Expands.
to expand.
Yep.
And if that pressure increases greater than how many millimeters of
30.
mercury? 30, right? Yep. So 30 millimeters of mercury or greater, that's going to cause decrease in blood flow to
Yep.
that area, to that compartment, and
Yep.
that's going to cause you to have.
Compartment syndrome. So if you go back down, does it fix? Seeing as
Baby,
how it's an outside.
You are beautiful and smart. Absolutely.
Seeing as how it's an outside thing that caused
yeah.
it.
So you can decrease altitude is one of the things, but
Or
what's
you
the
could
most?
let the air out.
You can take the air out. Absolutely. So remember anything
How do you
that's
take the air out?
there's actually a
You open the clamp.
clamp on there and you let the air out of it. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
Did you think you would have to suck it out?
No.
He totally did.
Like a
Pop
snake
it like
bite.
a balloon.
You
Or
know,
what?
I had a
Pop it like
legit
a what?
question for once.
you know, it's
We
like
can't ever trust those.
I know. So remember, baby, you remember the 5 P's of compartment syndrome at all?
There's 6.
Is there 6 P's?
There are.
Yeah, give me 6 P's then.
I always only get to 5. There's pulses, pressure, pallor, paresthesia, poikilothermia, and pain.
Yep.
That's 6. I got them all.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
What's specific about which one of those is the first sign of
Pain that is worse than what the injury looks like.
So
Like significantly worse.
would that be the choice on the test though, or would there be some different?
Probably. The only 2 early signs are pain and pressure.
So they wouldn't use disproportional pain as the choice on
Okay,
there.
I'm sorry, that's a
Yes.
better word.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're trying to get people to get
We
past
got
the
the
test.
cop on the comments coming in saying, "What's up, peeps?"
People
Sorry,
still use that word.
He wants
what?
bigger words.
Peeps.
I don't
These are
know.
my peeps.
Well, like
Leave it to
who's
a cop
asking
to
for
say
what?
that.
What?
Rob's asking for bigger
He
words.
said no. I said that
Oh.
you wanted bigger words.
Well, yeah, I wanted the right words. It's on the fucking test.
Okay.
You know, remember that's what we based our company on.
Yes.
Is the fact that we know these words.
Disproportionate.
Yes, absolutely.
Or
And Rob,
bigger than what the injury looks like. it
Rob
should
is basically saying we got a 1039 going on right now. So, fucking cop. So I saw his
be. Are you
dad
sure-
earlier this
Are
week.
you sure it's not a 452?
Yeah. Well,
I thought it was 738.
well, it would have to have a 10 before it
Why does it have to have a 10?
because it's called a 10 code.
But some of them are signals.
Oh. You guys throw signals out there? we got Maureen and Chuck. So, anyways, so the
We're
Only
just,
one code matters.
we're
Yeah.
just
420.
making.
Hey, Chuck. All codes matter.
it's signals. We're gonna start using signals now. So we got Chuck and Maureen in here today. And Maureen, tell everybody about yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a yoga teacher. I've been a teacher for a really long time. I was a Spanish teacher. I was an English teacher. I've been a yoga teacher, and now I'm a health and fitness teacher. I was also a Pilates teacher and a fit pump teacher. But I've always been involved in health and fitness because I knew when I was a kid, I thought, if I become a fitness instructor, I'll never be fat. That was my thinking as a kid.
That's a good thought.
That's a
Not
great idea.
necessarily true.
Now, did you grow up here in Orlando? Or?
No, I grew up in Belmar, New Jersey, which is a small little, beach community.
Man,
in
I
New
think
Jersey.
I'm pretty sure Dr. Abel's from your area.
Oh, really?
It's
Really?
definitely not too far from there. Yeah, he's pretty close to the beach.
Yeah. It's it's a small. Well, it used to be before, like back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Nobody lived there all year round. We had like 5,000 people in the winter and
Yeah.
50,000 people in the summer. Most of the houses didn't have heat, and then a lot of people after Hurricane Sandy, a lot of people moved
Just
down,
moved
and
down,
now it's more occupied than we used to be the boondocks. Now we're the suburbs.
Yeah, in the verbs over there. Well, so what exit would that be?
98.
Yeah. You talk to somebody from Jersey, you know what exit off the turnpike it is, So it's like, and I love, that's what my dad thought of going to Bayonne, New Jersey was vacation. So we go there a lot. Oh man! And then when did you move here?
I moved to Florida when I was 18 years old to go to school at USF, University of South Florida.
So like 4 years ago.
Yep.
Right. Took me exactly 4 years to get out of college.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of years, after I graduated, I stayed in Tampa for a couple of years, and I just always liked Orlando. So I had some friends who had graduated and moved over or were from here, and I moved to Orlando, and I've been mostly in Orlando ever since.
That's pretty cool.
The late 90s, yeah.
Man, what was that? That you were at USF before they even had a football team or anything, right?
Yeah, the actual year I graduated, we got a football team.
Yeah. It's like people don't know, like it's like, and then we had started that big war between UCF and USF and all that.
The war on I-4.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best rivalries there is.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because it's kind of like
Oh, sorry, baby.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
you have that UCF and UCF, but it's so intermingled. Like I mean, even when I was in college, there were people that went to UCF that transferred to USF and back and forth, and
Well, sometimes you have to get some classes at one place and go to the other place for the rest of them.
it's kind of an incestuous relationship.
It's funny you use that word because that's going to come up later.
Okay.
Oh my!
Part 2.
Yeah. So, and then this is your other half, Mr. Chuck.
This is my husband Chuck, who's
Yeah, I'm Maureen's husband.
arm candy.
Chuck is awesome as shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, I see. So, Chuck, where'd you grow up at?
I grew up a little bit everywhere. My dad was he was a Marine and in the Navy, 23 years. So I started born in Selma, Alabama, then moved to Kaneohe Bay, Hawaii, then Pendleton, back to Kaneohe Bay,
Wow.
El Toro, Camp Lejeune, and then my dad retired. Well, he went to Cherry Point, and then
Retired.
he retired. We moved to Memphis, Tennessee. I was there for about a year and a half or so, and then I decided to take up an opportunity to ride skateboards for a living in Florida. So I moved to Florida in '86.
Man, that's a big time.
So what'd you do with skateboards?
What did I do with them?
Yeah.
Them.
You rode them.
I went really fast. It was at a time when falling was fun.
Yeah.
Well, falling
Awesome.
is still fun. Getting up sucks. But, yeah.
There's a pretty cool documentary, man, Bones Brigade, and I watched that, and you watch like the rise of skateboarding, professional skateboarding, then it like drops again, and then these guys bring it back and
Right.
kind of paved the way for like the X Games and stuff like that now, like that exist now.
Yeah. That's kind of when I got into it. I turned pro in '87.
So was it at a low or was that
It was starting to come back.
starting to come back
It was
up?
starting to come back, yeah.
It's cool because the dude, you watch those guys. That dude starts that team after
Yeah,
like
Stacy Peralta.
Yeah,
Were you on that team?
I was not on that team.
but
I know a lot of the guys on that team, but yeah.
so he started it after like the Lords of Dogtown guys and all that stuff, right?
Right,
And
right.
But he picked no name people.
Yeah, I mean, Stacy just had an eye for talent.
Yeah,
And just like it was just people who had the drive and they're creative in riding skateboards. They
Yeah.
didn't want to stay in the same box or whatever. But also Stacy had he was into marketing.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
picked guys that were very marketable.
The videos were crazy with that stuff, and the one dude that does the freestyle, I forget that guy's name.
Rodney Mullen.
Yeah.
He's from Gainesville.
Yeah, that dude is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then it had a guy named Tony Hawk on there, a no-name dude.
Little
Who's
skinny
that?
kid.
Yeah. So it's awesome, man. I think that'd be cool to have you back on and talk about some of like the rise and stuff of that, because when you watch, I watched a lot of those different shows and the 30 for 30s on the big airs
Right.
and all that stuff with all the different concussions and stuff that these guys, you guys are the original concussion guys.
Yeah, I got knocked out once
Yeah.
on a ramp.
That you know.
Well,
that
I swore I wasn't knocked out, but everybody who saw it happen said I was knocked out. I just remembered I went up and I did this Smith grind, and I came out, and the ramp was kind of slippery, and the board came out, and I stepped on it as I was coming down the ramp and slung backwards.
Yeah.
And I just remember laying there, and then everybody was like, just stay down. I'm like, no, just give me a minute, and I'll get up. Which seemed like a minute. And then I got up and I was all good, and they're like, "No, dude, you're knocked the fuck out."
You're fucked up. Yeah.
I was like, "Where's my board?" And I was ready to drop in again. They're like, "No, you need to go talk to the EMTs. They got to do a concussion test. Here's a beer."
Because it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. You guys, when you're a pro skater, you're not. If you ain't skating, you ain't getting paid.
It's not a party until somebody's bleeding.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be good. That'll be a good show. We bring that back on, so for that stuff. And then your mom, man, like I remember talking to you about your mom. That's an interesting woman there too.
Yeah. My mom, she grew up in Selma, Alabama, and she was at the march over the bridge.
Yeah.
Bloody Sunday. So she was there for that. She was part of the student movement that helped put that together.
Man, that's
And
and like the movie.
Maureen knows my mom.
Yeah.
I met her like one of the times she was here recently.
She'll be here in a couple weeks.
Oh, fantastic.
And your mom was in the movie. I guess somebody plays your mom, right?
No, not in the movie Selma.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't
His
in.
cousin. In the movie Selma, somebody plays your cousin.
Yeah.
She's a little girl.
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because King stayed at my cousin's house,
That is crazy.
and she knows him as Uncle Martin, which is actually a funny story. So not funny, God. So my dad died.
Oh well. Sorry, Patricia.
No, so my dad passed away back in 2016, and I had to go to Selma to take care of we have a family house there.
Yeah.
And I get to the house, and my dad died on a Sunday morning. Somebody broke into the house Sunday night,
Oh my goodness.
and I wasn't able to get there until Tuesday.
Wow.
So I got there on Tuesday, and then my dad had a Doberman. He was like a puppy. His name is Six, and so I had Six, and I had my dad's guns, and I'm sleeping on the couch in the living room, and then somebody breaks into the car out front. So my cousin's like, "Chuck, you get out of that house. Go stay at my house." So she gets me into her house, and her house around the corner. It's where King stayed when he was in town. And she goes, "Just stay in my old bedroom, blah, blah, blah." So I'm realizing, I'm like, wait, this is the bed in the picture that they have of Martin Luther King, where he's sitting in the bed and everybody's sitting around him, and they're about getting ready for the march.
Oh wow.
Same
He's
bed.
putting on his shoes.
Yeah, same bed.
Dude, that's amazing.
And then there's another picture where he's in a couch, or he's sitting on in his big high back chair, and there's a TV. That chair and the TV are still in the living room.
Could I ask you a really weird question?
Yeah.
When you slept in that bed, did you have a dream?
Who
I
invites
did.
this guy?
Yeah, I don't even know.
But what she did, she told me after the fact, is that the pajamas that he was wearing in the picture are in a box under the bed.
Oh shit.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I could have wore the pajamas. They're like, and I swore I would have done it, man. They're like, they're like purple satin pajamas. I would have.
There have been some
I would've
selfies
rocked
with
the
that.
fuck out of
Yeah.
that,
Oh
man.
hell yeah.
Oh, there was some crazy selfies. And I'm like, bam.
Man, I tell you, didn't I tell you?
My mom would have been
PJs.
pissed.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome, dude. I love that shit, man. I told you Chuck was a badass.
Chuck is a badass,
Yeah.
and I plan on having him in a few weeks on the
Yeah,
show.
I told you.
The show will go on for hours and hours. He's got a lot to talk about.
Before we move on,
And she
though,
tells me at home all the time.
Patricio, like, where can people find the shows and everything there?
So I have what's called a network called the Chaos Network, where you're able to find all the shows that I help produce. Whether it's my baby called With a Side of Chaos, Legal Morse of Action, the show that I do with Attorney Aaron Morse, where we dive into the legal realm of the family law.
Which we're doing a bunch of a series.
Yes.
On it,
And
yeah.
we're going to be diving into that in the next few weeks with As the Rotor Turns, which is the other show that I help produce here in Central Florida. And it all can be found at withasideofchaos.com. And every show has its own website. So you guys also have As the Rotor Turns, which will link to your Apple site, your Spotify, your Google, your all that good stuff.
Those are welcome on here. Yeah.
And I keep following up with iHeart, and your show is still under review with iHeart for some odd freaking reason.
They're gonna review this shit for a
I
while.
know.
Yeah, We got some degenerates on here.
And in just about under 5 months, we're going to be starting the campaign for the Orlando Weekly Best Of. So if you remember your contract, that's one of the stipulations that I have with you guys. Like, I will get you guys nominated for Best Local Podcast here in Orlando, and
We're gonna win.
We're the Chaos Network.
And how do you do that?
So when the time comes, you'll be able to go to astherotorturns.com or withthesideofchaos.com or morris-firm.com/podcast, and you'll be able to get the links to go into all the nomination pages and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, give us a like on Apple, give us a like on follow us on Spotify, share us on through your Facebook, and we're on every social network. These guys have a TikTok. These guys have an Instagram and
A Patreon,
the Patreon that I found out just a little bit a while ago.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna we have a couple.
A little bit a while ago.
Yeah, we have a few really faithful Patreon people, and we're going to be putting on content for them that's just for them. And by the way, those are going to be adult-only content that is going to get insane.
NC-17 style.
Yes,
Oh,
and
maybe
it's going to be ridiculous.
Maybe
yeah.
maybe worse than
It
that.
may be an R.
No, I think
rating.
no. NC-17 is worse than R.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then it is.
Listen, it's X-rated.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Might contain adult content. Your discretion is advised.
So,
Is lube needed?
Maybe.
lube is provided.
Probably.
We'll use the tiers.
Yeah, lube is provided.
Your cheers are your lube.
Yeah.
But no, if you or someone you know is interested in producing, or you have the idea for a podcast and don't know how to get your feet off the ground or the dream into a reality, go to withthesideofchaos.com, scroll down to the Chaos Network, and you'll be able to sign up to get more information on how to get your podcast off the ground.
All right.
It's going to be awesome.
What? Oh.
I'm
well,
just letting her feel
have
that.
some of that. That's delicious. It's Buffalo Trace.
Just going to clear her up.
I
Anyways,
think
they're
you need to put
not
that
an
with some
official
tea.
sponsor, but we are looking. Buffalo
Yes.
Trace. We
For
love
a
your stuff.
sponsor or
So,
PBR.
Maureen came in.
Yes.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, and we're back. So Maureen came in when we were doing the in-doc training.
That was fun. I mean, that was insane. Like, I was really easy on them.
You
I
were.
mean,
And you didn't
because
need to
I
be.
felt bad for them.
You shouldn't.
Because I saw what they went through before I got there.
Oh yeah, but you
I know I shouldn't have.
should have seen what was after.
I know. That was insane watching you guys, like, and watching them and those little shorts. Dang. The whole day in those shorts.
Oh no, we let them change later on when they were like soaking wet.
You didn't tell me about the shorts.
Oh yeah, we have.
Into
They're
new short shorts.
Yeah, they're tiny shorts. And you know what's crazy is like people think we're. There was a person that I work with that was upset. Like they're like, man, you're like putting these people in like clothes to make fun of them and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not. As a matter of fact, the insurance company said that they had to be in the same stuff to swim. And that we couldn't throw somebody out of class if somebody had like better swimming gear than the next person. That if they swim better and I threw somebody out of class, so we basically put them in the same like streamlined stuff, and those are like the shorts that like the Navy SEAL guys wear, the pararescue guys wear. Like those tiny shorts are streamlined in the water. It's not going to have any drag on them. So if I throw you out of class, you just
Especially if
can't-
the water's cold.
Yeah, because you can't swim.
No, you can see how utilitarian they are, but
Yeah. I was like,
No
and
drag.
and then the bright shirt is.
oh, the bright yellow. See,
Yeah, the bright shirts, so we
safe.
can see those bastards. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're, you don't want to lose one. You lose one of them, we're never.
You get in trouble.
You get in
It
There's a
trouble.
lot of paperwork afterwards.
No, but you could see the people who were like seriously like in.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them were just like, I'm just gonna see how this goes, and it wasn't going well for a few of them.
Smoking cigarettes in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, man, there was a dude chain smoking before we started, and Trish goes, I don't think that guy's gonna make it. I said, okay. But before you even got there, we lost like 6 people. Just
That's what she
people that can't stand by a fucking cone, like following directions. Like just stand by cone, don't talk to anybody. And we lost people just on that alone. And it was.
We lost people because they were late.
Yeah. Yeah, but after you stretch them, like stuff that happened the first go around with people, we didn't have the second time. And it was, we try our best to stretch them, but we're not professionals at that.
Well, and
So-
also the breathing and the moving. You know, yoga, you really get a control over your breath. And I think that's like the most important thing when you're in any type of stressful situation, physical, mental, emotional, is if you can just take a step back, focus
breathe.
on your breathing for just a moment and be like, okay, everything's okay, you know? And for them, they wanted to be there, you know?
Yeah.
They wanted to be there. So, you know, just taking like a second to just stretch and breathe for a moment, you know, like reminds them that like, I'm here because I want to be. This isn't stressful. This is what I want to do.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. And, you know, there's a benefit to like that whole mind and body situation, right? Connecting. Is there a thing with yoga where it connects your mind to your body as you do it?
Well, actually, the word yoga means to yoke, which means to join the body, mind, and spirit. So you practice yoga so that you can join all of these things together and ultimately reach enlightenment.
Yeah.
That's the reason we practice yoga, technically, is to reach enlightenment. But you have to go through all these stages. And I was raised Catholic, so you know you have to go through all the sacraments
You have to
before
strip
you
all that
go to
shit
the
away.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
do that.
As a fellow Catholic, I'm taking some of the sacrament right here.
Exactly.
It's a real pain in the ass.
But you know, with yoga, you ultimately
fucked
are
up.
doing it to attain enlightenment prior to actual physical death.
Yeah, and you know, I've been following Mr. Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh yeah.
He is like this yoga dude, you know, but like I have seen him use the yoga to turn over a few guys that and I get goosebumps saying this, their addiction, which made him a sedentary human being, so it's in there, and he's turned these two people like over to like healthy, productive humans. And it was just using the discipline from yoga to do this, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
that's
mean-
what we need to get Trish.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
what he
see
needs.
it every day. Like, you know, I go to the yoga studio and you know, girls definitely outnumber guys. And the girls are way into it. They've been into it for years. And there's guys that have been into it for years. But I've seen these, like I have one guy who's going to do my yoga teacher training in January. He's been going for 4 years, 4 or 5 days a week. He's a big dude, right? Still has trouble moving around. But, I mean, he's going through so much, you know, life transitions, divorce, baby, parents, all that stuff. He's going through these life transitions, but he's still showing up every day.
That's awesome.
You know, and he's got that, like, you get that steadiness about you when you
Yeah.
practice regularly. It's not about the physical movement. The physical movement is just teaching you how to navigate life outside of that physical movement. So if you do something really hard and you can breathe through it on your mat, then you can do something hard in traffic, like navigate
awesome.
it or you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, we talk a lot about mental health on the podcast. You know, and we're pretty degenerate as the sense as we present certain things. But the reality is that the mental aspect of responding to calls, whether you're doing it on the air, on a fire truck, in an ambulance, is killing our people. Like the mental, these guys' minds are just every day we're losing people to suicide in this
Yeah.
thing, and then you know then to take the mental aspect out of it, the heart attacks. People are
Yeah.
dying from heart attacks. Like you know, this is what's cardiovascular disease, cancer, mental health. Like those are our big problems, and I had those like as bullet points, like as far as, you know, you've hit on some of the mental health aspects of it, like how often should we be doing some type of this exercise, let's say as a first responder?
7 days a week,
Every
6
day.
days a week, at least. I have a first responder who actually also did my yoga teacher training, and he like changed. He did a 180 after doing my yoga teacher training. Like he was just bogged down with what he was doing with his job, and he started doing the yoga teacher, and he started teaching yoga. I encouraged him to start teaching, you know, small groups and classes, and because people know I do a yoga teacher training, people are always asking me, do you have somebody who can teach this class or this class? Yeah. So he was very eager, and I sent him all out, and he's got a whole new perspective on life now. He sees life as something that's growing and changing, and not something that's dying and dragging him
Yeah.
down. So to practice yoga or yogic practices, which I would consider meditation, but some people aren't really ready to do meditation. If you're, you know, in a high stress job, meditation isn't going to work for you. You cannot sit still for 20 minutes. Trying to meditate and meditating, yeah, they're the same thing, but you need to do a moving meditation. So starting with yoga or even weightlifting or running or walking, something that's going to allow your body to move and work out that physical stressful energy that's causing those heart attacks, that are causing those illnesses, is your first step to clearing your mind. And then once you feel comfortable doing that regularly and it's bringing you those benefits, then maybe you can sit down for 10 or 15, 20 minutes and really just listen to some bells or some, chimes or something and just zone out.
We had, when we went to ECHO, which is the Every Coast Helicopter Operation, the conference, they had a lady with the bells, right? Was that the bells, baby? Was she had
Bowls.
And we did that bowl thing. I have not been that relaxed and unconscious. It felt like I just went out and then I just woke up. But then I felt so relaxed the rest of that night. It was ridiculous. It was amazing, from that.
I've been putting them on at night when I go to sleep. And he's been coming in, and I'm like, Google, turn off the bells. He's like, you don't have to turn it off.
Yeah.
And it
But
does.
just turn it down a little bit. It's so loud.
Because it does. The vibration of the bells, like you hear one that's like, and it just goes on for so long, and you just kind of, your whole body just
Oh, man, it's
Melts.
ridiculous.
melts right in with it. So I've been listening to the meditation bowls as I fall asleep, and I've been falling asleep a lot faster. And I'm like, wow, why did I just start doing this?
What's crazy is we listen to Matthew McConaughey read stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's phenomenal.
Let me tell you, I'm out in seconds. That man
Neither
is
one of us
anesthesia.
have any
Hey,
idea
Dad,
what
let me
the
tell you a
story is
story.
about.
Hey, let me tell you, dude. Like that dude has Trish found. We were using the same story over and
Yeah,
over. Wonder, and then like Trish found something about him reading his memoirs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Green light or something like that.
Unresponsive. Like I'm out, and then I wake up, and
He's still talking. So
he's still
then
talking. I go
you
pee.
fall right back to sleep.
I almost fall asleep peeing, and then I'm back.
You got leaned on the wall.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that man is pure anesthesia when he does that. Do you think that there is a sleep and mental disease and health have something tied together?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, when I was depressed, I had depression, anxiety. I was off and on, antidepressants for years, self-medicating with all different types of, drugs and stuff. And yoga really just pulled me out of that. I mean, I decided that I was going to use yoga as the way to get out of that. And when I was depressed and anxious, I would sleep nonstop. I mean, now I go to bed and I'm up all night long. I don't know if it's because, I'm excited to live or whatever, and it could be the opposite. I mean, some people who don't sleep have lots of depression, anxiety, the serotonin in their brain is low, so they just don't have happy moods. But, it could be either way. So it just depends upon you. If you're sleeping all day, all night, you're probably depressed. You
Yeah,
don't want to deal
absolutely.
with life. And if you're tossing and turning all night, maybe your hormones are off and it's causing some sort of, mental blocks. And it's frustrating too.
Yeah, it's absolutely. One of the things that people are going to say, like people that listen to our stuff are going to be like, Carlos, you're wrong about this shit. And so we have this commission that accredits helicopters and ambulances, right? And they're the accreditation that goes by there. They don't recommend 24-hour shifts. They actually give you exceptions. They go, you can do a 24-hour shift if this. You can do a 24-hour shift if this. And no, I've never worked at a place that meets the if this, right? So we have people running, 5, 6 air medical calls, like going on a helicopter in a 24-hour shift. So that means you're not sleeping. You're not sleeping. It's creating issues. You're watching people be affected by nothing problems, right? Shit that you wouldn't even give a fuck about other times. Now that's being affected, right? So there's people that self-medicate for that, right? And they're able to accomplish. Look at Jamie. Look at the window. They're able. You know what? We got these in front of us. We got to do these before separate again.
Yeah.
So,
Or
yeah. There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Everybody. Yeah.
Trish already drank hers.
Do you want mine? Wait, here, Patricio, can you hand this to Trish for me, please? Thank you.
So they're medicating with cannabis, right?
With cannabis?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what?
That shit works.
I'm not hesitating to say that they're self-medicating. they're actually going out getting, and they're legally buying cannabis, and it's still against the rules to be able to do that as a fireman.
Right.
But the more you read, the more benefits there are to mental health attached to cannabis. I don't know if you can elaborate on that at all or anything.
Well, my personal experience was a few years ago. My dad was making his transition into the next world, and it was, we all knew it was happening. It wasn't a bad thing, but I kind of put my life on hold. I gained a bunch of weight, and I had a lot of pain in my knees, and I was still doing my regular yoga practice, but it just was painful, and it wasn't as what it was. So I discovered gummies, and my friend gave me some gummies, and he's like, it can help with the pain. And I kind of did more research into what was in the gummies, and the ingredients in the gummies aren't that healthy, and I was getting them from the black market in California, whatever.
Yeah.
But it did help my yoga practice. I was able to move a lot better physically. So then, I got my card, and I started using cannabis as I did my own yoga practice, and I lost 20 pounds. I felt so much better. I was more eager and happier to live and happier to do my yoga practice. So definitely, I personally believe that cannabis is something that can push you in a better direction.
And it's the opposite of what people think, right? So people think that it's going to make you sluggish, slow, and not do the thing, but you're actually gaining more energy. You're losing weight. You're making better food decisions.
Yeah.
And you're fucking sleeping.
Yes, so you can take an indica at night if it makes you sleep or whatever. There's a whole range of different types of cannabis, from cannabis that's going to, suppress your appetite and give you energy, and cannabis that is going to increase your appetite, give you sleep. There's cannabis specifically designed for cancer patients.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A specific strain that helps.
You know what's interesting is that it's been used for years in a form of a pill called Marinol.
Yep.
Because one of the things as a cancer patient is because of your mouth hurts, you don't want to eat. Especially if they're doing radiation and stuff like that. So they would give them Marinol, which is it's THC in a pill form, and it makes them want to eat. The pain medicine works better when you have food in your stomach. All this stuff. So it's interesting, man, that there's a lot of health benefits from it.
No, and then, the research is there. I've been seizure free for well over a decade because of a strand of marijuana. I mean, there was a lot of trial and errors, and it was the best trial and errors of my life.
Yeah.
But I'm able to drive a car. I'm able to function as a normal member of society because of marijuana.
We follow, we teach Western medicine. That's what our business is based on, the emergency resuscitation stuff and everything that we do. And it's all based on best possible evidence, best practices, right? We use that terminology all the time. How is something that's considered best practice? There is so much positive literature, studies and stuff on it, still so controversial in the world.
And like a holistic practices?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I think,
Chuck goes money.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, holistic practices are really there to help keep you well, right?
Yes.
If you're feeling a little dip or whatever, you go to your acupuncturist, if you're feeling, so they're really there to help keep you well, where Western medicine is more, there's a lot of emergency medicine, like drastic type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so if you're very aware of your health, you're going to notice a dip in your health faster than somebody who's way off.
Yeah,
way off. And holistic medicine isn't going to bring them back.
Yeah.
In the way that it's going to
take a bit.
It takes a bit. You need a strong medicine to stop that train going in that wrong direction, but they can slowly come out of it and move into a
So
more
a good mixture of both, right? You need,
Yeah, I think
It would be great to see a mixture.
a mixture of both, because I feel like Western medicine is so extreme. It's for extreme things, and they use it for non-extreme things.
They totally
Yeah.
do. Every day.
And once you get sucked into that system, it's very hard to get out of it. And even not just here, but even my friend's father-in-law was very sick. He was dying, and they had him in the hospital and everything, and they took him out of the hospital, and they decided to do Ayurveda on him. And they're in India, and the Ayurveda didn't work because it was just too late. It's too subtle. There wasn't anything that was they could do the Western medicine. He was just flooding himself. They could drain the fluids from his body, but there was nothing that holistic medicine could do. So, once you get healthy, or once you're really close to your optimum health, you you notice these times when you're off. Like if you get a cold and you don't normally get a cold, or you feel something in your hip that's not normally there, or you're just stuck in a funk, right? You're going to want to go to your acupuncturist, you want to go to your yoga classes, you want to go to your massage, you want to like get on that holistic care ASAP, get on that self-care if you're not already doing it. And that's going to bring you back up to your like optimum health.
And one of the things that is there, would you say that there is a difference in the, somebody comes into the yoga class, they got the different complaints, my back hurts, this hurts and everything. As they start doing yoga, do they open up more to you and kind of tell you like the different mind stuff that's going on with them? And is there a connection between your mind and those pains and aches that you're getting?
Yeah, I always say the pain is the messenger and not the problem. And so when you find pain, you have to really think about what is this pain? Why is it there? Right, exactly.
What's it telling you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Trish, she does the craniosacral therapy. I can never say that right because I'm Hispanic and from Pine Hills. So that's never what I mentioned right. What's it called, baby?
Craniosacral therapy.
And she does that voodoo stuff on me all the time.
It's not voodoo. It's real.
Oh man, it works.
But I like that. Those types of things are self-care practices that I also preach. Like you need to stay on your self-care routines, just like you need to exercise every day, just like you need to, eat healthy most days. You have your days off.
Yeah,
except on
absolutely.
Thursdays.
Right.
Thursdays is.
But your self-care routine, like, I go to see my acupuncturist occasionally. Chuck goes to see his chiropractor if he feels a little twinge, or if he's just feeling a little off, he goes to see his chiropractor. And these are things you need to do to stay at optimum health. If you're very sick, you need to start
More often.
you have to go more often, right? But you
Yeah.
also have to be determined. We have this like society where we're going to give up. We're going to give up our long-term goals for our short-term wants.
Man, isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. It's absolutely. People aren't willing to sacrifice.
Yeah, and it's not a sacrifice. Think about
Yeah.
it this way. I want to run a marathon. Well, then you want to do all the little things that it takes to get you to that day where you're going to run that marathon.
Absolutely.
But
And you're not going to run it tomorrow.
And you're not going to
No.
run it tomorrow. And you're not going to run it. But you know what? Today, I want to run that extra half mile because I want to
Yeah.
get to that goal. And so, people say, "Oh, I want to be slim, or I want to be a yogi, but I don't want to do the yogi practices." Well, then you don't want to be a yogi.
No, you can't just do it, right?
Right. Like
half-assed.
it's sometimes hard, but it should be fun, and you should be like the goal is the thing. It's the journey is the thing.
Yeah. It's funny. I make fun of. I don't make fun of McConaughey because the motherfucker puts me to sleep. However, like he has a good talk that he does. It's on the internet, and he gives a commencement speech to the graduating class, University of Texas, and he talks about joy and happiness. And joy, if you live for happiness, you'll always be disappointed. Right? Like if you live for happiness, you're basically stating that when this happened, I'm going to be happy that day, and like that's the ultimate, and I'm going to get there,
Conditional.
right? Yeah. But if everything in between, all those joyous moments, all those different things, those are what you should live for.
Everything that makes you grateful for stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those little moments, those little like perfect moments, like him, asking his fiance to marry him. Like,
Yeah.
how many times he's gonna think about that moment, and like tears are gonna come to his eyes.
73
Like,
times so far.
yeah, right,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So those are the moments that are really the most important, joyful moments in our lives.
Yeah.
The big moments, once they happen, it's like, oh, it's over. Like,
It's
it's like-
anticlimactic,
Yeah.
like Patricia's proposal. I think the woman deserves better. I'm just saying.
But she also said okay to
Yeah.
But
obviously her standards are low.
Yeah.
so it's those
There were
little
drinks involved, okay? There were drinks involved.
Was that
those
a
little
okay?
things that string you from joy to happiness, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And bringing back to our audience and stuff like that, something happened this week that was the most outrageous thing you can hear of, right? So right now, our first responders are working extra since 2020. Like, since this thing happens, people are working extra. They're being asked to do different things, more hours, more of this. And the money and them doesn't come up, right? Like, so you're asking people to do more for less. And, eventually that wears on you.
Yeah.
It wears on you, and you're doing all this other little busy work and putting on this extra gear, and doing this thing and that. So this happens this week, and we gotta get him another bucket.
Nope, he's got one.
So listen, like this is what happened this week. We had an ambulance somewhere in the United States.
Oh,
This
yeah.
happened. You can absolutely
Google
look this
it.
up. Look this up. We're not going to mention.
It's on our page.
Yeah, you can see it on our page. I'm personally not going to mention the county or where it happened, but an ambulance driver was driving on, Adderall, marijuana, and open container of beer in the vehicle.
Oh, I saw that.
The Downy cocktail.
Yeah, he's driving emergency, gets in a crash where it kills the patient in the back. Right, kills the patient in the back, injures the passenger in the front that's related to the
No,
patient.
I thought the passenger walked away.
But she was injured.
No injuries.
She walked like the second.
She limped
Oh, I
away.
didn't see.
Yeah, and the second one, she was injured, minor, not a big deal. But then the medic in the back, who was also drunk, and then I guess in the passenger in the front, the driver was inebriated. Were trying to Uber away from the scene. Like,
Both parties of the crew were
yes,
drunk.
the microphone. I can't hear you.
intoxicated or
Yeah.
inebriated, whatever.
Yeah, open container.
And then they
admitted
tried to
it.
Uber away where there would be no evidence of their Uber ride.
Because
Yeah.
they knew that they did something wrong.
Yeah, what a fucking bunch of idiots.
Listen, you don't track cell phones ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Never. Don't ever watch Dateline.
I start thinking. I go, these guys, two of them, right, in the same vehicle, doing these debauchery things and this weird stuff. Here's a patient that dies, and like the guy's trying to Uber away from it, and it's like, how do we get people that at some point in their life wanted to sacrifice themselves? It was interesting because we got into the whole discussion that others may live this week. Me and Trish did, and where that actually comes from. That others may live, and we use that as rescuers, as different things, and why isn't it so others may live? So we'll talk about that here in a second.
So I'm looking, trying to find the actual story, and I ran across 3 different accidents.
Oh wow.
So I mean, I know you said you didn't want to, disclose the location.
It was Georgia.
Okay, so never mind. Found. It was the one in the middle.
Yeah. So my thing is like these guys at some point wanted to do. If you ask anybody in our job, they go, why do you want to do this? And they go, well, we want to do this to help other people. Right? At some point, those people were sincere about that. They had that. Where did it change?
Well, I mean, let's talk about karma yoga.
Yeah.
Karma yoga, is, the energy you put out there is going to come back to you. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction.
Absolutely.
I became a high school teacher because I wanted to help people. I was miserable as a high school teacher because I felt it was my duty to help other people. It was my privilege in my mind to help other people. But I wasn't in harmony with what I wanted to do to help other people, so I wasn't a good teacher, and I was miserable. So when you finally feel like what you do that makes you happy, automatically makes other people happy. What you do to help yourself automatically helps other people. That's your karma yoga. That's when everything's in balance. That's when. So these guys maybe felt it was their duty, and they were just sick of all the shit that they had to put up with, and they were like, "Fuck it. I
out
don't
of
care anymore. I don't have any fucks to give anymore because it is miserable."
Yeah.
But when you were like, I really love my job and I really appreciate helping people, and it just makes me feel good to help people because I know what I'm doing is necessary in this world, and that's the attitude you go in every day, and you don't take anything personally. You're gonna actually help people in your as your highest self. But we go into these jobs as teachers, as EMTs, as nurses. I volunteered at the homeless shelter for a couple years because I thought it was my duty, and I was miserable. I didn't like it, and I wasn't attracting the energy that was gonna make me feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
So you have to change your way. Our whole lives are about helping other people.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
if you put that as your priority, you're not helping yourself.
And I've always said, like, people are the legacy that we leave behind, right? Like, so, like, whoever you help is the legacy you leave behind, and you leave it for another person. Not, I'm going to help this person, so maybe that person pays that forward. Not because Carlos helped me, I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, just that person pays it forward to the next person, and I live by that. I stand by that shit every fucking day. Like, I do it, and there is a few people that will tell you, no, he's full of shit. No, motherfucker. Like, I do it till it hurts. I do it till I have to, like, explain to Trish why we're not gonna have, so this other person has.
That makes you feel good deep inside.
It's my duty as a human being.
But it doesn't make you miserable.
No. It's my duty as a human being to do this, be better for others, you know, like that's how the way I feel about it, you know. But, you know, Amanda has an interesting job, like, cause so like we're at the fire department or at the helicopter and stuff. We have like workout facilities. We can work out. We have the ability to do that, but their job is 12 hours of just
Sitting
in a chair.
yeah, so
answering
she's a
phones.
dispatcher. She's your first access to help, right? She called 911, and do you need police or EMS? Then she's it. So now I'm hooked on this 911 show that I've been watching for the
911,
last
how
few
can I
weeks.
help you?
Yeah, so like, you know, for them, so if you have a job where you're consistently, what are you guys' shifts, Amanda? Like 12 hours?
12 hours.
12 hours, like what can they do in their area there to like be healthier? Like,
Well, are you on the phone constantly, like the whole 12 hours?
It really depends on like call volume for that day, but you are physically attached by a cord, and you have to be.
Right.
So your range of where you can go and what you can do is basically stand up or sit down.
Right.
So, you know,
I mean,
there's-
I always am like, you know, I just stand up, reach your arms
Yeah.
out, get big, breathe, you know. Just 3 or 4 breaths, you know, reach it up, breathe it out, bend over, take a couple forward. Just move your body, breathe really deeply. 5 breaths is enough to give yourself a break and reset for the moment. Because if that's all you have, that's the least you can do for yourself.
what are the negative effects of just being sitting down for your job like
Well,
all day
physically,
like that?
it's bad for your gut. I mean, physically, you're sitting, you know, we've all been on a plane and haven't been able to poop 2 days after we've been on that plane.
Yeah.
You know, so we know that the sitting and the dehydration is really just going to stop your digestive system, which makes you cranky, which makes you aggravated, or makes you frustrated, right? And then the chemicals in your brain keep thinking, and if you think a thought for 17 seconds, it gains momentum. So if you're feeling cranky and uncomfortable and annoyed and it like just bleh, bleh, and then you're like, and then the next thing, and then everything that bothers you is just gonna glom onto you.
Yeah.
So it's not just a physical, you know, and also your body starts to get misshapen if you sit for long periods of time because your body's gonna mold to that chair. Just like an athlete just goes running all the time. You can see a runner. You know what their bodies look like. You know, they're slim, they're lean, you know, and you can see somebody who sits in a chair for a long period of time, you know. They're usually more bottom heavy, and you can see their digestive system doesn't work as, you know, efficiently as people who move around a lot.
they call it the dispatcher spread.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I saw that shit. They call it EMS
That's
white
fucked
ass.
But it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not
So
funny.
what
It's not
she's-
normal.
What she's saying as far as gut health, so in the specific full-time job that I had, allegedly had full-time,
Before
way
you
back
got
when.
hired here.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even before that.
Yeah, before.
So within 7 months, 3 of us had to have emergency gallbladder removal
Oh,
surgery
shit.
No shit, huh?
because we were all at the point of it rupturing
That's crazy.
in 7 months.
That is crazy.
And then I found out that I had lupus because every time I had to work 4 months of night shift, I was sick with either a kidney infection or kidney stones the entire 4 months. I'd go back to day shift, not a single problem. I'd go on night shift, kidney stones within the first week.
Well, I mean that's always a given. Like the night shift.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying like there effects to your body working the night shift.
Oh, yeah.
I can
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
right now, like the kidney stones for me, flying, if I fly more than 5 times in a shift, or if I do
he is
four
miserable.
flights in a shift,
It's more than 4.
yeah,
It's not more than 5.
I freaking like have like the next day I'm trying to pass a stone, or I have
Yeah.
colic in my kidneys, and I'm miserable. I'm laying on the tile in
Miserable.
the bathroom, and it's crazy. And
It's horrible.
there's got to be a thing. You know, it's funny because today, I bet you Trish didn't know I was doing this. but I multitask a lot. Like, so I'm sitting at the desk today in the office, and I'm doing it up. Like, I have to like do classes for me, which is a whole nother topic that we're gonna bring up in a couple weeks. Like, when you're the instructor, how the fuck do you get your hours? You're supposed to update.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there like doing my hours, but I'm also multitasking, researching shit. And I found like 7 articles on this that say that sitting is the new smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting is the new smoking. Like, that's crazy. You know, Chuck, yeah, but you don't even know. I've seen this twice. I've been somewhere, like not close to our house, like not close to where we're at, like someplace else. And I see Chuck skateboard by. It's the most obscure.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, like we were one time where me and Trish are sitting there
Down
together.
Lock Haven.
Yeah, and I go, is that Chuck? And we see you skate. Like, how far do you go out when you skate?
He goes everywhere. I saw him on
Well,
the bike
I mean,
yesterday. Or
I mean, I don't
a couple
skate for
days ago.
distance, but
You just skate.
You know, I drive to a spot and then skate that spot.
Oh,
But I've been doing, you know, Lock Haven Park, where you know a lot of the buses or trucks or whatever you guys call them,
I don't know.
yeah,
they kind of park
I
over
don't,
there.
I don't know. What
yeah,
we do.
yeah,
It's over by
I'm not there anymore.
Right.
Fuck it. They're
Advent.
ambulances.
yeah.
it's over by, it's over
I
by
like to-
Advent. They kind of park in that parking lot there. But we skate there every Sunday morning, and we've been doing the new footbridge over Colonial
Okay,
that they just built.
Yeah.
So we bomb that a couple nights a week.
bomb it. You know, every bunch of these spots you'll see no skateboarding allowed or some shit like that. That's exactly where y'all like to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's insane. That's a booty right there. Y'all see that? 6, 10. That 10? 10. You giving it an 8? You had your
Really?
hand raised a second ago. What you want to say?
That's because he's engaged now.
Oh, yeah,
He's
I
not
see.
allowed to
Showing
give
off
it
his
to
ring.
me.
And if
You're
you
showing off
cheat,
his
she
ring.
gets to keep the ring. That's the rules.
Is that the rule?
J-Lo.
She's
You
a
know-
diamond collector.
Oh man, that woman got Mark
Yeah,
Anthony.
Talk about a side hustle, man.
Yeah, one more, so I have the Infinity Gauntlet.
Did she get rid of Alex already? Or is Alex still in?
Oh, she's
Alex
good with
is gone.
Alex. She's back with Jennifer. Jennifer.
Wait, what?
She's back with Bennifer. The Bennifer's back.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's back in?
Yeah, she was Batman.
A-Rod's out?
A-Rod's out, Batman.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this: the Capsies people. I've been writing accreditation stuff for like weeks and months. Like it has taken up my time. I've lost up to some shit. So Ben is back in.
Ben is back
Ben's
in.
back
God
in.
damn
Since
it.
like 2020.
Here's the new one. Kanye and Kim are divorced.
No.
And Kim is dating Pete Davidson.
No,
Yeah.
he was next on the list.
And the
Staten,
sister.
Staten Island Pete.
The king of Staten Island.
No shit.
And the sister, Courtney, is engaged to Travis Barker.
What? So okay. So here's
No, I
here's
thought it was Travis Scott.
Travis Barker. Travis Scott is Kylie, is the
Kylie.
baby daddy.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So here's my theory.
Holy
with
shit,
the-
there's
Here's
too
my
much
theory with the
going on.
Kardashians. If you follow the pattern, they all want one. So it started with basketball players.
Him.
You okay?
Then all of them got one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now the one has got Travis Barker,
Yep.
the bald tattooed guy, blah blah blah. And Kim was like, I want one of those too.
Yeah.
And she went and got herself a Pete Davidson.
No shit.
I mean, Kanye's crazy, so I don't really blame
You
her
know-
on that one, but
I
Kanye's-
check
We all
on
knew
the
Kanye was crazy before she
Yeah,
married
I
him.
mean, yeah.
I
But
check on the list all the time, and me and Trish are like a number 20. I
Of
want
what?
the Kardashian pick. You know, we gonna get in there, baby. You don't you worry about that.
Yeah, pretty soon they're gonna want a retired black skateboarder.
Is that what you want?
Put away.
Hey man, that is
No, but
that
don't
is-
even think about it. If like any dude that's out there, you thinking about dating a Kardashian, just dude, you're just another.
You're just a number.
You're just another thing that they want.
yeah.
That's it.
Well, I'm telling
because
you,
they don't need you.
They don't need you.
They
They
don't
don't
need
give
you.
a shit.
damn man, I miss so much. Right, I've been staring at
that
Excel
I care.
spreadsheets.
Oh, and Britney
For
Spears
weeks.
is allowed to make her own
Oh yeah,
decisions
Britney's
again.
out. Britney's free.
She got cut loose.
Yep.
God damn it, boy. Well, we should get a shot for that in a second here. Listen,
Shout out
Have you-
Brittany.
Actually, Amanda, have you seen her latest like tweets and her Snapchats and all that stuff?
No.
It's like the mom who just found out how to get on social media. It's very
Not
She
good.
is
Very not good.
expressing
She's
her
crazy.
individuality, her freedom.
yeah. At one point, she was like,
Listen, if you were locked up for like the last
Yeah.
couple of years, you. Oh,
sorry,
oh,
that was me.
shit.
That was on me. That was on me.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
You would express your freedom too. What the
just
fuck?
put everything, you were really close to that
Yeah.
sound.
I love that. This is how we're gonna do this from now on. Shots.
And what's
I don't
beer?
want a shot. No shots
And what's
for me.
beer?
You want beer? Is he done looking already?
I don't know.
Jamie, jump in.
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, get on
How
there.
many?
Ignoring you.
Oh,
I
Chuck
thought,
wants
I thought he
one.
was talking about beers for them.
No.
Chuck wants
I
a
don't,
beer.
I don't
He
want
wants a
another
PBR. He
Yeah.
likes
No,
them.
I do not like. Oh, I do like PBR.
Jamie,
He drinks them sometimes.
sit down for a moment.
No, absolutely not.
No?
I drink beer.
Party outside. Super busy.
So yeah, no. The Kardashians like are collecting black men like they're the Amistad. It's crazy. It's funny. It is what it is.
Bring a
But
bucket.
Oh my.
right now we're on standby as
We're
Yeah,
deciding
Carlos
how
just
much.
decided he was
Carlos
going to
is-
walk away and
Carlos
go to
is
the
going away.
bathroom.
We're gonna.
Okay, sorry. So how long do we think it's going to be till Brittany shaves her head again?
I don't think she will.
She's not going
no,
to.
She won't. She won't.
I wouldn't
South
if I
Park
were her.
ruined her on that one, so she will not do that.
That's the whole reason she got locked
Right.
up to begin with.
Because
What,
of South Park?
No, because she
shaving
shaved her
her head.
head. Yeah, well, in that whole episode of her shaving, like,
Yeah.
hey,
She shaved her head and her jaw.
America loves a comeback kid, so
They
go
do,
Brittany.
and people root for the underdog.
Yeah, no, we're excited to see what happens with Brittany.
You know, Kyle's got a bunch of shit he's been talking back here. I don't know
Oh,
if we
really?
can focus on him. Do we have Kyle on the screen there?
Yeah. Kyle has been right there over your shoulder the
You
whole
guys
time.
can see there's a uniform change on Kyle. He's starting some secret project that he won't talk about, but more to come, is what he's saying.
Kyle looks like a little kid right there.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle. You know, Instructor Kyle's been with us now, like officially, I think like on the 10th of the month, like 3 years.
Really?
He's the oldest instructor we have on here.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he's been with us a long time.
dude, time flies.
Shit talker. so,
He travels well too.
yeah.
We took him to Echo with us.
yeah, he's been everywhere. Yeah, fucking
He
Kyle.
travels well.
Shut up, Kyle. You know, the biggest thing that we always and when we try with with all our might and everything to try to bring focus to is the fact that right now we have a bunch of overworked, underpaid, very horribly treated individuals.
Yeah.
You know, and I watch a lot of people. I've never had the mindset that most people have to do our job. So, like, for people that listen to the podcast and stuff before, like, so I was homeless when I got the job, and you know, being on the job, there's nothing horrible that could ever happen to me on that job that day that could be like the worst thing ever. I always say my worst day is having to suck dick for money. If I've never done that, which I have never have to,
Say suck money
I'm,
for dick.
yeah, I have won for 41 years. I've been winning. I've never had to suck a dick for money. You know, yeah. Today, won. And then that's the bar for me. Like, that's the worst
Yeah,
day bar.
but you create your own destiny.
Absolutely. And you know, and as I step in to do the best I can for other people.
But you're not like other people.
Oh, I'm just like everybody else.
Well, you think you
No,
are,
you're not.
but you're not.
No, you're not.
You know, when
You're
you finally decide that you're gonna wake up every day and be your best goddamn self, you're different. You're
Oh.
different, and all the people that aren't liking you as your best self because they're not their best selves start to fade away, or they start criticizing you, and then you start to fade away from them.
Yeah.
But
And you know, it's interesting you say that because when I was at the City of Orlando Fire Department, I spent 20 years there. I would always get in trouble for doing the best thing for the patient, which was different than what everybody else was doing. You know what I mean? I wasn't mediocre. I was just trying to do the best thing for that person. And then, man, I get a doctor's meeting. And then I get another doctor's meeting. And
That's
shit,
never
you know.
happened to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I never would change that. Like, I didn't give a fuck. I would go to 100 doctor's meetings because at the end of the day, every time it sent me to the doctor meeting, the doctor would go, well, you know, patient did well. Like, you did the best for that patient at that time. And, I wasn't being an extremist. I was just trying to do the best for that person in that situation, which was out of the normal.
Yeah, but you're not like everybody else. Again, how many people are just going to do the minimum or do what's expected of them to keep their job?
The majority.
The majority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're more about their job and their self-preservation than being their best.
We had
But
a-
they don't realize when they are their best, then better things occur. Like better things are attracted to them. They like just somehow we all somehow rise
Yeah.
through this labyrinth of this thing we call life. But most people are just about self-preservation and maintaining what
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
have.
dude,
and
you're like the Mr. Escamante of the paramedic world.
Oh, that's
Carlos and I had a conversation just the
What was
other
that?
day about like turning people in for things, and he was telling me that
Being a narc.
he would rather come home and tell me that we had to live in a van
Yeah.
than narc somebody out, and I was like, well, me too.
As long as it's down by the river.
You know,
So I never even worked in the field, and I almost got fired one time for erring on the side of the patient
Oh, I've
Because-
almost been fired a few times for
because
that.
the fire chief got mad that I sent somebody else into his city to do the right
Allegedly.
thing for the patient.
allegedly, yeah.
No, he's
Oh,
not
I'm-
chief anymore, so it's not alleged.
It's
He
not
was a
alleged.
dick.
I've almost been fired a few times
and
for
you
doing
know-
the right thing for
but
the
is- but
patient.
in-
And when they said, "Are you going to do it again?"
Fuck
I said,
yes, I am.
"Absolutely."
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
isn't
you can
that
go
the-
fuck
isn't that
yourself.
The beginning of problems of everything is ego and money.
Yeah.
absolutely. Who is it about? That's the thing. And you know, I wasn't raised in a house like that. You know, I wasn't raised in a house of like who. You know, it's not about them. And we had a conversation with the kids this week. You know, like
Yeah.
about that. Like I'm trying to tell this kid. You know, man, it ain't about you, man. It's about every other person on that team. You're about that. That's the collective whole. Is what the whole thing is about. It's not about your comfort and what you get to do and don't get to do. And it's insane because we probably listen. I've been through some I've signed up for some business classes. I've been listening to business shit, paid some good money, and realized that I started a business on the worst model and mindset ever, which is
Hire your friends.
yeah, you know, like not even that. Just like the business model is, we're gonna do good for other people, and then we'll try to see what happens on that end. You know, and
It's taken the long way.
it's a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what we do is about making people better. You know, and putting people on the job and putting the things is the one thing. And I said it a few weeks ago is the fact that like when people hire our people, they keep them.
They
don't-
certainly do.
They don't go anywhere else. You
I
know.
mean, I've seen your training. Those,
Yeah.
those people that make it through the training are the best of the best.
Oh, yeah.
They're freaking determined.
You know, and they hire them, they keep them, they make it through, and then like the things that we don't know, like sometimes that student knows it, and then we keep the student, and you know, and then we pay them, you know, to stay here, you know,
And then you hire their wives.
and then you hire their wives. my thing is that I guess where I was trying to get to it is like I guess it, you know, in one sentence, what would be the thing that in your mind that you think would change the world? Like what would change this negativity? Because we have a lot of it right now.
Yeah.
A lot of it's floating in the air. What is the one like thing you think would change that whole aspect of it?
I think if people would just get off the internet and go knock on their neighbors' doors and say, "Thank you for being my neighbor. Here's a cookie or an apple pie," or just turn off the screen, because you're all looking
Yeah.
at the worst possible case scenario and you're looking for reasons to be mad on the internet, whether it's TikTok or Instagram or the news or, you know, it doesn't matter what side you're on, we're all kind of backing into our own beliefs. I'm backing into my own beliefs. I only follow people who believe what I believe. But
Yeah.
if I were just to go across the street to the neighbor's house, you guys, or even the
Come
people,
on.
even the
Yeah.
people next to you, and I've done this in my neighborhood. You guys know, I'm like
Yeah,
the
we
neighborhood
did.
queen.
Yeah.
I'm a
Listen,
firm.
when
We
COVID
moved in and
started,
she goes, "I'm taking this shit over."
I did. I said in 10 years everybody's gonna know who Maureen Dinkins
Hey,
is.
Maureen, like when the pandemic hit, you guys started doing driveway happy hour.
driveway happy hour.
And we were and we were socially distanced like
Right.
the whole time. That was the best part of it. Like,
Say what you will. Say what you will. I had fun during the pandemic.
We did
Oh,
too,
we
yeah.
did too, man.
And we became closer with our neighbors
Yeah.
because week after week for several months
So you
we
know
met.
what?
And we
I was
discovered our
thinking-
neighborhood.
I was thinking the other day that I really miss driveway drinking.
I miss driveway
Like
drinking too.
we need to do that like once a month or something.
Yeah, yeah, yes. And it's made our neighborhood a safer neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I
Totally.
think if you just turn off your screens, like your computer screen, your TV screen, your phone screen, just turn it off, go outside,
Put the shit down.
talk to the people. Conversations with my neighbors, who I know have different political beliefs, different other beliefs. We had a yard sale, and I know this. I mean, I walk past their houses, but you're not going to have a face-to-face conversation with somebody confrontationally, right? Yeah.
No worries, just letting you know.
You're not, you see it on the internet. I see neighbors confronting neighbors all the
Yeah.
time on the internet. But honestly, it doesn't really happen as often
Yeah,
as we
they don't
think.
see it.
So go outside, make friends with your neighbors. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but because our neighborhood is so close knit,
Yeah.
and we do look out for each other, and I keep an eye on the ring, and we also keep an eye next door. There's nothing within a mile of our house
Oh, I
that
know.
ever happens.
you know, it's crazy. It's not crazy. It's just being a good person
Well, and it's being aware, like,
And
and just
res-
keep your eyes open.
and respect other people's opinion.
I tell
and their homes and their
lots
state
of
for
people
physical
like
space.
I live on probably one of the safest streets in Orlando.
Yeah.
Very diverse street.
Yeah. It's funny as shit because like we'll sit there and we'll throw flares.
Oh yeah.
You know, we'll
Sounds
fi-
like gunshots.
We'll fire flares off.
serious?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
yeah.
No
every,
one calls the cops.
every time we do an air medical class, we shoot off flares in our street because it's
Yeah.
off the flight pattern.
Yeah.
We did it once before on the flight pattern, and that was
we
no
guys
big
are
deal.
going
Next to Executive Airport.
No, we're not.
Yeah, it's off the flight pattern.
We're just
We're
off
not
to the
next
side.
to it.
Yeah. So we'll shoot off flares, and then we'll do, and that's all stuff we
They'll
used
pull
to.
out the jaws of life and open up the car at
Oh,
7
yeah, we
7
just-
a.m. on a Saturday
We
morning.
destroyed
yeah,
a
it's
car on the
It's
driveway
usually
a
in
few
the
times.
evening.
Wait, so
Yeah.
let's go back and answer your question.
Sorry,
Like,
go
what
ahead.
is the number one thing people can do to
Yes.
stop the stress? Is just turn off their screens, go outside, and talk to actual people.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's big time.
Talk to people. What?
That's big time. Yeah.
Your neighbors, the people in your community, people that you want to,
Support them.
Oh, fuck Sharon.
When
Yeah,
something
go
happens.
to local businesses and
Yeah.
go to a park and pet somebody's dog and just
With
realize
permission.
with permission, but really realize like we are all
somebody's
just
cat.
human.
Just don't pet their cat.
Go back.
You don't want to pet a kitty on
Yeah.
With
unannounced.
permission.
With permission.
You know,
Without.
Another good idea, bad idea.
bad idea. Holidays coming up, Maureen.
We have
And,
Friendsgiving.
Yeah,
I can't
and
wait.
we do the Friendsgiving in the neighborhood and stuff. Like we actually have Thanksgiving at somebody's,
We won't
Driveway.
be here this year.
Oh, where you guys going?
We're going to Atlanta.
Oh.
Visit my brother.
You
I'm not going.
You guys should partake in New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Have you heard of that?
no.
No.
So here's the thing: everyone goes out for New Year's Eve. You
I don't
with
want
their,
to.
with their
I
loved
don't.
one, with their family. They spend at the house, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. But like, you kind of want to spend
Can
it
we
with
have
your
a street
friends.
party?
You guys want to have a good time. So what we do is we have a party December 29th, December 30th, 2021 at midnight. So we celebrate New Year's Eve. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get it.
So like we kind of get the whole countdown, the celebration out of the way, and then once New Year's Eve comes, like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna chill at home.
Yeah, it's at the fire department. We call it amateur night. So if you work downtown, man, it is throwing up people in small dresses and it's just trying to see how many vaginas you see throughout the
Sounds
night.
like EDC.
And a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. Yeah, but holiday people make bad food choices.
Yeah. So I also have another training program that I have to
Yes.
help women lose weight and
Yes.
get healthy, especially middle-aged women, because you just get to a point where you plateau. And, eating healthy is hard during the holidays. So I just encourage you to just continue to be physically active as much as possible throughout the holidays.
What's your program called?
It's called Shape Up and Shine. It's a
Yes.
12-week program where, women can lose weight and find self-love. Really, it's about finding self-love. And then when you really love yourself, you don't want to abuse yourself with with food and drink,
Yeah.
And also, when you have an exercise routine, even if you're overeating when it comes time for New Year's and you're ready to lose that weight, you already have your exercise routine. You already have
Yeah,
that
there.
the metabolism going. So, reducing your food intake is going to be a little bit easier. Just stay as physically active as you can through the holidays. Try not to overdo it. One of the best pieces of advice I can to stay physically active is plan your physical workouts the day before. So if you get
Or the week.
or for the whole week, right? But if you say, Saturday morning I really want to go to so-and-so's yoga class or an excellent yoga instructor, I'm not going to do anything to sabotage that. But I have a holiday party on Friday. Leave the holiday party at 11 p.m. and make that agreement with yourself. You're not missing out on the holiday party. You're not missing out on the food and drink, but you are cutting it off so that you can be better.
Your best self.
Your best self. I mean, you don't have to be your best self every single day. You just have to be like maybe a little bit of a hangover, but I did yoga best self.
Yeah. You ever hear that Dave Attell, special where he's like talking about like people that leave early, that party early?
No.
And you always, the next day, you get the dude like, dude, you should have hung out. He's like, the Dixie Chicks showed up and started blowing everybody.
Right.
So you're like always 10 minutes in front of the party bus,
That was gonna be my
people-
question. It's like,
yeah.
what if you're at the holiday party and somebody's like, so hey, what's going on? Do you want to hang out later?
Well, you get exercise later.
Yeah.
Or you get exercise that night?
Dude, like Trish this morning came in the room and like was sweaty as hell. Like, and she's like, and I just woke up. Like, the biggest thing that I tell you, man, like the sleep now when I can sleep and I sleep, it's unbelievable. I went 20 some odd years of never getting this.
You're preaching right now because I'm getting to that point.
Man, I'm telling
I
you.
hated sleep, and now I like.
Man, I'm telling
I
you,
love it.
that's glorious.
Yes.
So I get that sleep in this morning, and then Trish wakes. She comes in like she jumped on the trampoline for like 30 minutes.
It was only 20, but
And then
my goal was 10.
Is that your nickname?
No, I put that in my emails, my posts. I'm like, look at this.
Yeah.
She was on the trampoline for 20 minutes.
And no, she jumped on the other thing later. So, but she
true.
came in, and then we watched.
Wow.
I'm watching Dateline. I'm a Dateline nut. I'm gonna tell you, them people do a good job
Oh, they do?
on Dateline. So I'm watching Dateline, and like she go, hey, I haven't seen this one yet, so I gotta pause it, wait for her sweaty ass to get a shower
I was so gross.
to come in, so we could watch Dateline. But I went in to the office today and was completely effective in everything I needed to do, like just completely done. Like I went in, bam, banged this stuff out, banged some stuff out before I got to the office, and then I got
Probably
to the
that's
office.
why. That's probably why.
You're right.
Yeah, what's that?
No, I
You went to sleep?
You remember getting banged before the office?
well, no.
I wasn't banging Patricio for full disclosure.
Well, no, I mean, sorry for putting the laundry out there. Like we've been consecutive these past few weeks, and last night I was dead. I was tired. I'm like, I pulled the one like I have a headache.
You never.
Dude, today, I booked comics. I set up venues. I planned events. Freaking produced so many fucking shits today, and I didn't fall asleep once at the computer.
I will tell you this though, in my house you can't pull a sex hammy. You can't pull a hamstring in my house. Like allegedly, somebody over here gets
Not allegedly.
sangry.
I do.
That's what she calls it. So it's ridiculous. You can't pull a hammy at the house. You
Oh,
got-
no.
We talked about this last podcast.
Yeah,
I got a dick alarm.
Yeah,
I gotta set up a dick alarm.
I put the snooze on the dick alarm and
Yeah.
took care of it at
It's like
7:15.
hangry instead of being
Oh, man.
hungry, you don't get enough sex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, took care of it at 7:15 this morning, so we were good to go.
Yeah, put in the work.
Yeah.
Yours is German.
Yeah.
They gas people over there.
9.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so.
Should ever make you dress up and walk in and go, hello,
It's-
Fräulein?
Yeah.
I can't confirm or deny that.
Hey, it's messed up, man.
So just to let you know, a while ago, Melissa said, "Thank you for the shout out, and to have a great year, and she'll see us in the office." Also, Tony Renta said hi, and when's he coming back?
Oh man, we gotta have Tony back on. Dude, I'm gonna tell you.
Can I bring Tony on Chaos and then like?
Yeah, I'll talk
No.
with Tony about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, Tony, that dude is inspirational, and I have not talked to Tony in like 2-3 weeks.
Shot for Tony?
Yeah, let's do a shot for Tony real quick.
Tony shot.
Yeah,
I only
Tony
have one this time.
But, ooh, I
Hello.
don't know what that was.
She's got a pile over there.
Yeah,
she does.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Amanda's here today because of Tony Renta.
Yep.
There you go.
Is
That's
he
a
your
true
dad?
story.
No. But Amanda's my Bobby. You know, Tony's got Bobby. I got an Amanda now.
Yep.
You know, so
Yeah.
Almost. I haven't actually done anything.
yeah. You next
Yeah.
month.
You're
Oh,
the
I got
next
screamed at by a doctor today.
You're better.
'Cause-
You're
'cause
better than Bobby.
Yeah. I got
Bobby, I
screamed
do
at
love
by-
you, but I'm pretty sure Amanda's better than you.
Oh yeah. Well, Bobby's awesome.
He is awesome.
I got screamed at by the doctor today, allegedly, because you said Amanda was starting last month.
What?
I said
Nope.
no, it's this
No,
month.
it's this month.
Yeah. Listen,
Listen, does he want to call her? Does he
No.
want to pay
Got
her?
my phone number.
Does he want to pay her?
he is a busy man.
Tony said he's sipping along with us.
All right. So, baby, you got anything else?
What?
Before we close this thing up? Where can people find us?
At our Facebook page or Instagram or TikTok
Or
or,
therescuecompany1.com?
well, I was going to
as the
say
road returns,
Or as the road returns.
the Rescue Company One or as the Rotor turns. And if there is something that you feel like that you need to improve with your life, absolutely take Maureen's class.
Oh, we're going to get Maureen to throw in a plug in
Well,
there.
I'm just saying it. I'm just saying I took it and it's fantastic and she is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I will say
And I
that
love
I
her.
married her, and my life is better too.
Oh, man.
Thank you. But I have to say, Trish was all in, you know, and she was ready for all the things that I asked her to do, and she did them, and she did them eagerly. And
No, I didn't.
in the beginning, you didn't, but once it started working, you're like, it clicked for you, and you're just like, oh, and then you were all in. You're like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. It just took a minute.
Life isn't that serious sometimes, and we take the small things too seriously, and we just wake up every day, be grateful that we put our feet on the ground, or that the sun is rising, and that we're here with our loved ones, and there's nothing serious going on here.
Where can people
Exactly.
find, like, you and, like, all the different stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at Maureen Dinkins, and you can also find my
How do you
yoga
spell that?
MaureenDinkins. And you can also find that's my my Shape Up and Shine program, where fitness, health, wellness, lifestyle, all that living just living good,
Yep.
living happy, living healthily, living your best life, self-love, all that stuff. And then you can also find me on Clarity Global Yoga on Instagram, and that's my yoga teacher training, that's my yoga fitness tips and tricks and all my little yoga tutorials. So if you really love yoga, follow me on Clarity Global Yoga.
And is there, like, what other products do you have that people can, like,
Well, you can also follow me on Momo's Edibles. If you go to momosedibles.com, you can find some of my recipes and videos on how to use cannabis in your edibles. So if you have a medical marijuana card and you have a prescription for medical marijuana, you can use your medical marijuana to make these recipes. And so you can follow my videos on YouTube, Momo's Edibles, and also on my website, momosedibles.com.
Are you doing any of those other recipe stuff?
Oh, yeah. I will be doing that. That's also going to be on my Maureen Dinkins Instagram, and also in the Shape Up and Shine program. We'll be doing more live online
I wanna come back
cooking.
for that.
Yeah, that was so fun. So can I tell just a quick
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah,
story?
no, go ahead, yeah.
So, with my Shape Up and Shine program, which is a weight loss program, people think they have to go on a keto diet, this or that. Well, Trish said, I always thought that rice and potatoes were not healthy. And I said, absolutely not. Rice and potatoes are healthy for you. French fries, no. But
Yeah.
So I had her come over and we did an Instagram live where we cooked rice and potatoes, and she took them home and had them for lunch. And you can eat whatever you want. Basically, it's just how much of it are you eating and how are you preparing it. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
don't go on a diet.
Don't. Just change your lifestyle.
Just change your lifestyle. Yeah.
It's easier. Not
well,
really.
It
It is. It's
more.
totally.
Go ahead. You say it.
It's not easier in the beginning, but it is a lot easier, like, as you go through life.
Yeah. And
Like, you can still have bites of this and that or whatever, It's not everything is. No, I can't have any of that.
Right, and you're not going to eat a whole giant slice of cake at a restaurant and then hate yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to eat 2 or 3 bites and you're going to be, hey, that's enough. I don't want to hate myself. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like we kind of grow up thinking that everything is a race and everything's
And don't waste
sport.
it. Don't waste it because there's starving children in Africa or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
You know how
or-
many times I heard that?
Yeah.
Every
Me
day.
too.
clear
Yeah.
your plate. There are people starving in Africa.
Every day I had to clear my plate.
You know, it's there's so much I want to talk to you about because like the vegan, vegetarian stuff. I think it's a whole thing that I think so if you're willing to come back, that'd
Oh,
be
I'd
awesome.
love to come back. I love talking about that shit.
And then the obviously Chuck, we like Chuck is staying. We love Chuck. I love Chuck.
Chuck's coming back every week.
I'm just sitting here.
I'm gonna have to post Chuck for a chaos episode.
Yeah,
'cause
I
I'd
can't
love to
get
talk to
enough
him,
Chuck.
Get a couple drinks in him, see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
You
I
won't
can't
be
wait.
Careful what you
disappointed.
ask for.
Yeah,
You won't be
because
disappointed.
Chuck has a fucking interesting job. When you hear what Chuck does,
Just wait. I can't-
you'll fucking love it. It's
Wait,
gonna be
can
interesting
we
shit.
can we hear the Diana Ross story?
No, I don't think you can tell them.
No, it's
baby.
it was Patty
Oh,
LaBelle.
was it Patty
Oh,
LaBelle?
you got a Patty LaBelle story?
Allegedly,
No.
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. Allegedly, man, you can't just throw the man on the air like that. He
pull
don't
out the
even-
I was just
Card.
listen. I was just kidding.
Yeah, allegedly, baby.
not
You can
true.
say allegedly.
Next time.
Allegedly.
Yeah, tune in next week.
And then
Cliffhanger.
like there's so much like on that like healthier eating choices and stuff like that people can do, and like just being able to go to the bathroom, like what should I eat when I'm not gonna be able to go sit on the toilet for 12 hours. You know what I mean? Like there's so much. Man, I went into a rabbit hole today as I was doing an update.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Rago, we can't just have Maureen on once. You know what I mean? But I wanted to throw, kind of put you on the spot and ask you this on the air because I think that one of the things that we need for sure as the Rescue Company One, as we bring people in to do these, insane type of, days and workouts and stuff like that, is to have the Maureen be like our official yogi for the Rescue Company One.
I would love that. That would be
Oh.
a dream come true.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome. I love it.
You said it on live.
Yeah.
Look at you making dreams
There's
come
no going
true.
back.
I mean, I'm trying one at a time. One at a time. So, hey, birthday buddy, what you got for people out there?
Final thoughts?
My final thought is don't be an asshole.
Yeah, hey, man.
Oh, I like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's my bar.
Be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that hard.
Yeah.
Right, it's not hard.
Their final thoughts?
What you got?
Oh, mine? No. Following up on birthday buddy.
We got the same birthday.
I have this
Yeah.
It's
different
crazy.
year though.
No, but seriously, it's like, really, regardless of what you think, or I mean, what you believe in, what your religion is, how you want to have sex or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't be an
Whether
asshole.
whether it's with a
Don't
My
be
Little
an
Pony or
asshole.
not.
That is the only bar. Don't be an asshole. I mean, I know a lot of people that I don't have political, agreements with or anything like that, but they're really nice people, and
That's fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We can have good conversations, and it is what it is. But don't be a dick.
Chuck, you bring in such an interesting point. When did it become wrong to have your thoughts and your beliefs and stuff? Like now, it's like you can't have that.
No, it's not. It's not that you can't have that. It's that everyone wants to force their ideas on somebody else and forget that somebody else has ideas.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, at the end of the day, imagine the goal in life is sitting in the middle of a room, and we're all standing around it in different corners of that room, looking at it from a different perspective. We have different ideas on how to get to this thing, but we all want the same thing. So we're not really that wrong. We just see things from a different perspective.
Yeah, different angles.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like if you don't like a thing, don't do a thing and move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Right.
But don't
Don't be an asshole
Yeah,
because
don't be
I
an
don't want to
asshole.
do the thing.
Yeah.
Or
absolutely.
if I don't see it the way you see it,
Right.
don't be
As
an
long
asshole.
as you get to the same end
Yeah, we're
point.
gonna get to the same point. We're all gonna end up in the ground eventually.
Right.
You know,
Let's try to get there civilly.
I always think of
Peacefully.
like the place we live in now was founded on the thought that like, hey man, what you think about and what you believe is a little bit weird. Get on that boat. We're sending your ass to an uninhabited place, right? It like when you get there, you can think whatever the fuck you want. You can pray to the God you want. You can do the things you want. We founded our place on that, and then now when you don't go with the majority, it seems like it's a thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I'm like, that's disrespectful.
But is it majority? It's
Yeah,
not. It's not really. It's not really.
It's
It's
not
not.
The
really.
louder
It's not.
people.
It's because of after 9/11, and when 24-hour news became a thing, they needed shit to talk about all the
Yeah.
time. So everybody's got an opinion. So if you look at 24-hour news, of that 24-hour cycle, maybe only 2 hours of it is actually real news.
Yeah, it's
The rest of it is opinion.
yeah.
And everybody's now, their beliefs are based on somebody else's opinion,
And
Not-
opinions
not
like
facts.
Opinions are like assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They totally are.
And a lot
Everybody has one, and they all
Everybody got
stinks.
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of this shit
it's
is
probably
a lot of this
different
shit
than
is
everybody
based
else's.
on scenarios of shit that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
It's all what ifs.
Yeah. All right. Hey, man. We having Chuck back on.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
We'll leave Maureen
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No,
But,
she can come back too.
Maureen, your final thoughts.
You deserve to be happy simply because you were born.
What you got, Patricia? Hey, you show the coin, Patricia. You got the coin on your thing?
No, you never gave me the coin.
Oh, I thought I gave you one. I throw one your way? Here, give this to Patricia.
I like how you're giving me the plastic along with it.
Well, it's
as
When
it
it's already
goes
open.
together.
yeah. Look at that right there. So we have a coin. Like it's official.
It's a challenge going.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a nice coin.
No, I know.
This is like 501st level. This is very nice.
Yeah. Well, it's only the best here at the rescue company
Right.
one.
Yeah.
So,
bounce?
yeah.
I'm not sure why
So,
he's surprised.
actually, I do have a final thought.
What?
At this current rate, the Amazon will be deforested by 2030. Go to
No.
go to nationalgeographic.com. There's a beautiful article that I read this week in regards to what you can do to slow, if not stop, the deforestation of the Amazon. That's my final thought.
Stop
Oh,
eating
my
at
funny
McDonald's.
text.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting to you, birthday buddy. Before I close, birthday buddy's new segment is going to be text from last night. So what you got there, buddy?
Yeah, but now he has a wife. It's going to be different this year. So what? We've banged every Thanksgiving since high school. She just has to understand it's a holiday tradition.
You
Happy
know,
Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
that's a funny one. That's a good one, buddy. Good job. See, this is why you give birthday buddy the important task to find the best text from last night. I do have a great text from last night that I've had it saved on my phone forever, and I don't think I've ever said it on the podcast, which is what made me think about this shit. Have I ever said it on the podcast?
I'm not sure.
So the text goes.
The look on Trish's face.
Oh no, I know. I know.
It goes.
It's phenomenal.
It's a great text.
And you have not.
It's fuck you and your hot sauce. Jason did not wash his hands after eating those wings. And my vagina's on fire.
You did mention that.
Best text ever.
You mentioned that in episode
fuck it.
33.
It's the best fucking text ever, and I've saved it on my phone forever. You know something, man? Like, I've had some hard conversations with people in the last few weeks. The last few months has been like tough. It's been challenging. It has been like a lot of like things out of the normal of what you're supposed to do. But I really did try to embrace it and try to like feel it and live it through there. So like I would know like how bad this felt and like how uncomfortable it felt and how different of like where I thought my life would be, it is today, right? Like, so like it's been some hard days. Some days I've been pretty low, you know, Trish knows, like I've been in some bad fucking places. And then, you know, I climb out of it and then I go to work the next day and I do the thing that keeps you going. And kind of like Maureen was saying, like forward motion is what's going to keep you being better every day. But we've been saying, and we've been saying all along, it's not about you. It's about the other person and the person that comes behind that person. And that's how you make life better. You know what I'm saying? And like you make life better by making other people better and you service others. And that is what our job is about. We make people better. When they're sick, we give them medicine to make them better to the best of our ability. And if you try hard to make that person better, maybe they don't live, but you showed somebody else that you did everything you possibly could. and that person pays that forward. They pay that forward to another person, 10 people do it, and then, hey man, then you kind of like have an effect on the whole world. We do stand by our word, and we do the things that we do here. So, what, baby?
But I was
That-
just gonna say, be grateful. Oh, so that others may laugh
That others may live, you
or
know?
laugh.
Yeah, or that others may laugh. Miss Jody said that. So hey, anything today offended you? Well, like I told you at the beginning,
Don't listen next week.
Shut this motherfucker off. But till then, see you next time.